This is the web-based tool that I plan on using and having the students use throughout the study. And this is essentially a relational frame training program, and same program that was used to kind of show the improvement in full-scale IQ. So this is the same program that was used to show improvements in IQ scores. You see there's 3 modules here. The first module is vocab, meaning, and logic. The second one is going to be numeracy and high-level logic, and then last is going to be meaning and advanced logic. So just to give you an idea for what the students will be asked to do, you can see there's a number of stages here. There's 29 in each section, and the first module, first stage, kind of gives you a set of training instructions. And the focus is that you're going to get a bunch of questions where you must get 16 correct in a row. 30 seconds is available for each question. So as I start the training, I'm going to work through and they're going to provide a statement. In this case, it's a single statement. You can see difficulty is very low, but it makes a statement that DIK is the same as WAQ. These are arbitrary letters. They have no real meaning other than it's a 3-letter identification. So these will change as they go. So DIK is the same as WQ. So the question is DIK the same? The answer is yes. So I click on yes. If you notice and watch this, it'll provide another statement. KEZ is the same as TOZ. And the question is TOZ opposite? Well, no. The statement is the same, so it's not opposite. So I can answer then no. If you watch, you notice here that the base, my answers have also changed. So 2 things happen there. Is once I answered, my environment changed and my response area changed. So not only are the students requested and expected to look at this and establish a relationship, KAR is the same as YUY. Are they opposites? The answer is no. You click on no, and then it will switch. It may switch or it may stay the same. But it also shows a progression bar here. So as I make progression through this, you can see I'm showing how many questions I answer correct or not. If I happen to answer it wrong, I go back to the beginning and I have to again go and answer 16 correct. So as I work my way through this progression here, answering questions and being aware of the relationships and the frames as well as my environment, it gets to be more and more complex as you progress. As students work their way through, you see the progression bar up top shows progress. Once the students get to the end and they finish up the progression and they get all 16 questions correct, then you see it tells them that they're well done, and the test is going to be available to them. And the test is no different than the training. So you'll see as students kind of work their way through each stage, they'll progress to some more advanced stages. Notice here in stage 18, the training instructions are exactly the same, where they're still given 16 or required to get 16 answers correct in a row. 30 seconds is still available for each question. So as they work through this, you'll notice that now instead of given 3 letters, now they're given 4 letters. And now they're given 2 different statements. That is TEUY opposite CIIS is your first statement. The second statement is that CIS is the same as YAUV. So they're saying, is YUAV the same as TEUY? Well, if these 2 are opposite, and then the next 2 are the same, these 2 cannot be the same. So the answer is no. Notice how if I didn't finish it in that time, it will time out, and I will have to kind of repeat the process, and I start over again. So it's both relationship based, identifying the concept, as well as doing it within the allotted time. And you can see the time kind of clicks down. VEOT is opposite DEG. DEG is the same as WAON. So in this case, if these 2 are the same, if these 2 are opposite and these 2 are the same, well, then this cannot be the same as that. So our answer has to be no. And now what happens is you can see our progression here. And the idea behind this is as students become more adept at creating these relationships and identifying these relationships, they'll be much more capable of establishing the relationships as they read through and read a passage. So the relationships that are available to them in their progression of reading, those relationships will carry more meaning to them, and they'll have a better grasp on not just the written language, but also the verbal language. The other thought process and the other concept is that if they can understand the written relationships in the English language, then math, which is in its entirety, it's a language all by itself, students will have more success, not only identifying what's happening in the word problems that they're presented with, but they also have the ability to identify the relationships between symbols and concepts that are subtly different and slightly different in math than they are in the English language. So what we're expecting to do is we're going to evaluate how students perform within this progression, within this training, and then how they do on both the previous years, the baseline standardized assessment, as well as the standardized assessment that's kind of recorded after they've received this training. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I appreciate your support.